Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Bayelsa State, our own colleague, family member, His Excellency, Right Honorable Seriake Dickson, His Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State, the Speaker, Bayelsa State House of Assembly that is here with us, the Chief of Staff, Bayelsa State Government House, commissioners and other members of Bayelsa State Executive Council, gentlemen of the press, good afternoon, everybody. Your Excellency, again, let me introduce myself for other members of Bayelsa State that doesn't know me very well. My name is Emmanuel Ekon. I am from Akwa Ibom State, so I'm one of us here from the Niger Delta. His Excellency and I were together in the 7th Assembly, the House of Representatives. So I think he knows me better than any other person here. Your Excellency, we came to your state. This is the second time I and my committee members have visited you in this very auditorium. The last time we came here was about 2 years ago. And I remember that when I took over the leadership of the local content committee, I made a pledge and a vow to myself that one thing I want to see, one project that I want to see completed is the headquarters building. And so far, very consistently, we have made sure that whatever would have been like an impediment in terms of budgetary provisions has been taken care of every year to make sure that project sees the light of the day. I am always very sad when I see government projects started and then keep going and going for over 20 years without completion. But this is one project that we collectively, as members of this committee, made a vow that we are going to finish it before the end of this tenure. And so far, I think 90% of the headquarters project has been completed. And by the special grace of God, before the end of this year, that project will be fully completed. Your Excellency, we came here to perform our statutory function of oversight function. And you know, as Parliament, we cannot just invade your state without coming to at least report ourselves that we are here. So that if anything happens to us, or if we get ourselves in one trouble or the other, at least the governor will know that we are in his domain. So that's why we are here. It would have just been a thank you, courtesy visit, but while we were planning to come here last night, I actually put a few phone calls to my colleagues, try to book an appointment so that we can do this. But while I was trying to do that, I had a sad story of the demise of your sister. So in a way, this is both a courtesy call and a condolence visit to the Executive Governor, the good people of Bayelsa State. Your Excellency, we are sad to hear the demise of your sister, Dickson, who I am told was as a result of medical malhandling. Well, you know, I and the committee members cannot console you enough. You just have to take it as one of those things. You're a man. All of us will pass through that way. It is always very sad when a junior one have to go before the senior one. But again, this is something that you have to console yourself. On behalf of the committee, I want to at this moment call for a 1-minute silence in honor of Dickson, who passed away a couple of days ago. May the soul of the departed find peace in the bosom of our Lord Jesus Christ. So, Your Excellency, we are not going to waste the time because this visit, this arrangement was made, it was so impromptu. I know a couple of days ago you were not even prepared for this. So, simply we came as your colleague, pay you a courtesy call, and also to condole you over the death of your sister. Again, we are sorry. We are going to be here in Bayelsa between today and Thursday morning. So Thursday we should be returning back to Abuja to continue our legislative work. Again, thank you very much. Thank you for always opening your arms to receive us anytime we are in Bayelsa. Some people would have said, it was so impromptu, I didn't know about it, and shut the doors behind us. But we are always there. Anytime we knock on your doors, you always open it for us. That means you're a very good ambassador of the House of Representatives. How I wish that the House of Representatives has produced more governors that have also been very pragmatic with leadership. We have seen in Bayelsa State what you've done. In fact, today they just took us to a very beautiful edifice called a hotel. I'm told you did that right inside Government House here. And while we were driving to the hotel, we also saw a specialist hospital, which I saw on the news when Obasanjo came here and commissioned it. And I know about the airport project because he came to Houston and tried to war investors to come to Bayelsa. And I know that you've taken that project very seriously because as of this morning, I am told it's just the fencing that is left for that airport to be commissioned. I've seen several kilometers of roads crisscrossing Bayelsa, Yenegua, and I can only say that the government of this country should give opportunities to more House of Representative members to produce governors. So thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor for our great state, my dear visiting brothers, friends, and colleagues, the members of the House Committee on Nigerian Content Development, led by the chairman, my brother, friend, and colleague, the Honorable Emmanuel Ekong, and all the committee members and friends of the colleague, and I hear also a spouse of the colleague. The Right Honorable Speaker, members of the House of Assembly, the Chief of Staff, the Head of Service, members of the State Executive Council, let me recognize all the top functionaries of the government of our state, gentlemen of the press, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen. First again, on behalf of the government and the people of this state, it's my pleasure once again to receive into our state and in audience this afternoon the chairman and members of this very important committee to our state. I'm aware you are all here on oversight, as it should be. And the fact that I have, in the last couple of years, received and interacted with you all on oversight shows the seriousness with which you take your assignment. The legislature is there not just for lawmaking, but also for oversight. And let me also, on behalf of the government and the people, express our appreciation to you, because by our system, the powers of appropriation reside in the National Assembly. We're very pleased with the work that is currently going on in respect of the NCDMB Secretariat, which is a 17-story building here in Yenagoa, the tallest building in not only Bayelsa, but perhaps in the Niger Delta, 17-story. Last couple of days ago, I was there to open the local content fair. And that was the first time I was entering into that building in its nearly completed state. And even at that event, I expressed our profound appreciation to the federal government, and therefore to you. Today you are here, let me thank you, members of your committee, the National Assembly by extension, for the budgetary support that has seen to the near completion of that building, and express our hope that that project will continue to receive adequate budgetary support, because it's a very important project. Going into that building, anytime you drive around that building, it reminds us of the kind of face of Nigeria that we want to see. This is where, as you know, the story of oil and gas started over 60 years ago. And we don't have the presence of any oil companies. There's even no presence of any major federal institution. You just talked about the efforts we are making to build critical infrastructure. The airport that federal government builds in most states. Here we are building it ourselves in this difficult terrain, including the road that will take you to the local content and up to the Oxbow Lake. I awarded that road since 2013, the dualization of that road that you will take there. Dual carriageway in this difficult terrain. They are doing the other end of that road, and you can see them dig up to 8 feet. 8 feet. And that is the longest road, almost 12 kilometers, from Etegwe Junction straight to the Oxbow Lake, awarded by the government of Bayelsa State to Julius Berger. That road alone is up to 30-something billion because of the cost and the quality and the terrain. That's how we are tackling the developmental challenges of these states. One road will take you 20-something billion, 30-something billion because of the terrain, because of the entire state is below sea level. So when you hear that we are building an airport that has a runway of 3.5 kilometers, we are talking of the kind of dredging we have done there. We have to first create land of that magnitude, almost 5 kilometers, 3 kilometers round square, dredging. For over 1 year they were dredging. So in this place, including this building, this complex, which we constructed, clearly one of the best government offices in this country. You see the difficulty. So in this Niger Delta, it takes, in Bayelsa especially, because even in the Niger Delta, construction is expensive, but it's more so in this state. More so because the entire state is below sea level. Unlike other states in the Niger Delta, where you have half of the state upland, sometimes even 3/4 upland, and 1/4 underwater. Here, it's complete. So we are always delighted when we see federal institutions coming to contribute their quota to the development of our states. Federal government has done well, and all of you have done well for the investment that has gone into the local content secretariat complex, and I congratulate and thank all of you. When it is completed, that will be a state-of-the-art building and a structure that will make all of us proud. So I welcome you, and I'm always delighted, as you know, being my colleagues and friends, always delighted that we have an opportunity to not only host you in this great state, the most peaceful and stable state in the Niger Delta, and one of the safest states in the entire Federal Republic of Nigeria. Some of you have not seen for quite a while, so it's good that I'm seeing all my country people. So, country people, you are welcome again to your state. You didn't need any information to visit me. You talked about at least letting me know so that when you do certain things and run into trouble, you will know I'm around. And you made it clear that I know you slightly more than a few people. And you are right. I know the good things you do and some of the other things you also do. Let me tell you that in our great state, there is plenty, a lot of good things, plenty, to be done. A lot of good things. And if you do those good things, you won't get into any trouble at all. You won't get into any trouble at all. I hear you are accommodated at the Castle. That is a 5-star hotel, again, part of our vision. That was built as a governor's lodge, but we've converted it to a hotel. But we felt it was too grandiose for a governor to live in. And we have made the whole of this area a tourism hub. As you are going in, you see the golf course almost they're almost rounding up. And it's going to be one of the best golf courses in this country. And I'm putting all of you on notice. I'm playing the salesman, because every governor is not only a chief executive officer, but is also the chief salesman of his state. And I've been selling my state for the past going to 8 years now. We have a lot of plots that are on offer. The entirety of that area is the tourism hub. Golf estate, that's a golf estate, not just a golf course. So there are plots on offer. Prototype houses, beautiful houses. This is the Florida of Nigeria. I have been building this place to be the Florida of Nigeria. You want waterfront homes, which you have in abundance. Come and get a plot. Not too expensive, certainly not for members of the National Assembly. And build a comfortable country home, holiday home. And they are all on offer. I think the officials will attend to you before you go to explain more to you. I want all good people in our country to have places in Bayelsa. The heliport is there, very close to you. So if you don't want to drive down, you just get a helicopter. It can take 8 helicopters at a time, the biggest heliport in our country. It's just here. So it's an integrated tourism hub. You have the polo field by the right. So we'll be hosting golf tournaments international, polo tournaments international, it's lawn tennis tournaments, and you just relax with your family. And I like the gentleman who came with his wife. Thank you very much. That's what we want to see. We want families, couples to come over here quietly, and it's very safe. The security systems we have put in place here, even if you get into trouble once in a while for certain things, within 3-4 minutes, our special quick response team are there. But there are also a couple of CCTV cameras, by the way. But not for you. So, my dear friends and brothers, thank you very much for finding time to come. I thank you all for the support. And I call for more support for the local content board. I'll be very happy that this year, hopefully, that edifice will be completed and commissioned and put to use while I'm still here. As you know, by February next year, I'll be rounding off my 8th-year tour of duty in my state. One of the things that I will also see and be very happy will be this completion of the local content building. And I commend the local content management team led by, who else but a Bayelsa, Engineer Simbi, and his great team who are doing a good job. So my brothers, my chairman, friend and colleague and all of you, and I see Akmana, is it the consultant? Honorable Akmana is the consultant, okay. My dear brother, nice to see you. And I can see you are consulting very well. Consulting very well. So thank you for coming. Feel free, enjoy the hospitality and the warmth of our place and explore the opportunities also. This is a virgin land that we are building to be very attractive, full of opportunities. So as you are here, take advantage of the opportunities and invest wisely. Thank you very much for coming, and God bless us all.